When people think about the slums, they usually imagine places like Mumbai or Rio de Janeiro. But did you know that there are also slums in Indonesia? Welcome to this episode of Hard Life. Today we will show you what life is like in Indonesia's slums. Make sure to watch until the end because it's guaranteed to make you cry. Indonesia is an amazing country with beautiful beaches, friendly people, and delicious food. It's no wonder that every year millions of tourists from all over the world visit this amazing Southeast Asian nation. But while Indonesia is often considered a paradise, the truth is that it's also home to some of the world's most extreme poverty. In fact, according to a report by the World Bank, more than 26 million Indonesians live below the national poverty line. That's nearly 1 in 10 people. And the situation is especially dire in the country's urban areas where more than half of the population lives in slums. In today's video, we'll take you on a journey through some of Indonesia's most notorious slums, so that you can see firsthand the struggles that many Indonesians face every day. We'll meet the people who call these slums home and hear their stories firsthand. You'll see the living conditions that they're forced to endure, and learn about the challenges they face in trying to make a better life for themselves and their families. It's a reality that most Indonesians are trying to escape, but some have no other choice. And if you stick around until the end, you'll find out why. Before we begin, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to stay up to date on our latest videos. And without further ado, let's dive in. Many people believe that Indonesia is a wealthy country, and for good reason. Its economy has grown rapidly in recent years, and it's home to some of the world's most successful companies. However, the truth is that wealth is not evenly distributed. In fact, according to a report by the World Bank, the richest 10% of Indonesians control more than 40% of the country's wealth. That leaves little for everyone else to share. And when you have such extreme inequality, you end up with places like this. We are now in Kampung, one of the largest slums in Jakarta, Indonesia's capital city. More than 10,000 people live here in extreme poverty. They share basic services like water, electricity, and sanitation, and many families have to use public bathrooms that are often dirty and don't always have running water. Some residents also have to walk for hours each day to collect clean drinking water. It may sound hard to believe, but this is the reality for many Indonesians living in extreme poverty. These people live in constant fear of eviction. They've been living here for generations and don't know where they would go if they were forced to leave. Most of them were born and raised in the slum and have never known any different way of life. They don't know where they would go if they were forced to leave. For many, the slum is their only home. As we continue our journey through Kampung, you'll see the living conditions for yourself. Many of the houses are made of wood and corrugated metal and are in a state of disrepair. The streets are narrow and often flooded, making it difficult to get around. The garbage is piled up and the air is thick with the smell of waste. Despite the hardship, the people of Kampung try to make the best of it. They organize community events and festivals to bring people together, and they take pride in their culture and traditions. They also do their best to provide for their children, who are the future of the slum. Education is extremely important in Kampung. Even though many of the schools are overcrowded and underfunded, parents are determined to give their children a better chance at life, and they encourage them to stay in school and make something of themselves. But the truth is that it's not easy to escape a slum like Kampung. The residents face too many obstacles and have too little support. It's a vicious cycle that's hard to break. We met a woman named Sari who was born and raised in the slum. She grew up in a large family and never had enough money to get a good education. As a result, she ended up getting married young and having children. She now lives in a small house with her husband and 4 children. The family survives on his meager income as a construction worker. Sari spends her days looking after the children and doing domestic work for the families in the slum. She dreams of a better life for her children, but she knows that it will be difficult for them to escape the slum. Another person we met was a young man named Reza. He grew up in the slum and saw firsthand the poverty and despair that surrounds him. Determined to make a difference, he started a small business selling snacks and drinks to the residents. This allowed him to earn some money and support himself and his family. But his dream is to one day open a school in the slum so that children can get the education they deserve. He knows that it will be a long and difficult road, but he's committed to making it happen. It's stories like these that really put into perspective the struggles that people in Indonesia face every day. While we may never fully understand the challenges they endure, we can at least try to empathize and offer support. By learning about the realities of poverty in Indonesia, we can work towards creating a better world for everyone. Now we're going to take you to another slum in Indonesia called Bedarasina. This slum is located in the capital city of Jakarta and is home to over 10,000 people. The majority of the residents are migrants who have come to the city in search of better lives, only to find themselves trapped in poverty. As you walk through the narrow, winding alleys of Bedarasina, you'll see families living in extreme poverty. Homes are made of flimsy materials, and many families have to share a single room with several members of their extended family. Sanitation is a major issue in the slum. There are few public bathrooms, and access to clean drinking water is limited. Residents have to carry their water from public taps, which are often far away and may not have running water. Despite the difficult living conditions, the people of Bedarasina are strong and resilient. They have a strong sense of community and take care of each other during hard times. They also try to make the best of their situation and find ways to have fun. Children play soccer in the streets, and adults gather together to socialize and trade news. But life in Bedarasina is not easy. The residents face discrimination from those who live outside the slum and are often denied access to basic services. They also have to deal with the constant threat of eviction as the government tries to clear the slum to make way for development projects. One of the most heartbreaking things about Bedarasina is the impact that poverty has on children. Many of them are malnourished and have to wear dirty clothes. They also don't have access to quality education and are often forced to drop out of school to help their families make money. When you see these children playing in the dirt streets, it's hard not to feel sad. Their innocence is touching, and it's heartbreaking to think that they have to grow up in such poverty. There are some organizations that are working to improve the lives of people in Bedarasina. They provide food and other necessities to those who are in need, as well as education and job training to help people break out of the cycle of poverty. But the need is so great that more help is always needed. If you want to make a difference in the lives of people living in Indonesia's slums, there are many ways you can do it. You can donate money to charities that are working to improve the living conditions in the slums. You can also volunteer your time or organize fundraising events to help raise awareness about the issues facing the poor in Indonesia. Poverty is a complex issue, and there is no easy solution. But we can all do our part to make a difference. If you want to help the people living in Indonesia's slums, there are many ways you can do it. You can donate money to charities that are working to improve the living conditions in the slums. You can also volunteer your time or organize fundraising events to help raise awareness about the issues facing the poor in Indonesia. Thank you for watching this episode of Hard Life. We hope you learned something new and gained a better understanding of the struggles that many Indonesians face every day. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to stay up to date on our latest videos.